Honey, we're home.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of your favorite weekly show, Honey, We're Home. Why'd I forget the name of our show for a second?
When we recorded on when we recorded last was the first time we've recorded in studio in over a month because we batched before the holidays. I got in the elevator and I was like, what floor?
What floor?
I blinked. I was
Which
like,
way?
I clicked the right floor. And when I clicked it, I was like praying to God that's the right floor. Because you know how like every floor is like, there are like actual offices on each floor. And they're like, they
and
open
it's high up.
Well, it's not the biggest building like width-wise. So it opens up into other people's like desks when you go to the wrong floor.
Yeah. And you're like, hello, Salesforce.
Yeah.
We're here for work. Just kidding.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, I love being back. I do love being back. We're wearing matching scarves today, so that's really fun. It's fun when you watch. We are going to 2025 is the year of YouTube.
Yeah.
These episodes are going to be up there.
Is last week's episode on YouTube?
You know, it's not because last week's episode was late. The week before that was our first time ever missing. We are still playing catch up, but I think like literally next week we'll finally be caught up. And so also follow us on Instagram because we're going to be posting like good clips and sound bites there because we get this amazing video footage and then we do nothing with it. So
we used to be able to and also just putting it out there that I'm manifesting that we can go back to Spotify video at some point by the end of 2025. Like, I'm just really hoping that whatever the back end stuff for us works out where we get to go back because I think it's easier to watch on Spotify. It's nice to have it there. We get to do stuff with our footage. We are like today we're matching. Like I'm in pink and red and you're in blue and green, and that was not on purpose. And it's like we're always, honey, we're home coded.
I'm manifesting that we have help. So if anybody is out there like wants to help for like a lower budget project for now, reach out to us, Not me like being like, we're going to pay you nothing, but work for us. No, I'm manifesting that in the future.
Well, we're just asking, right, when I walked in if we were full-time podcasters, I was like, I wish.
Yeah, like this is part of our job, I'm fortunate to say, but we definitely have other ventures.
This is one of my favorite parts of my job.
It really is. Like, it's fun. It doesn't feel like work.
Right. I really, really love it.
Yeah, it really doesn't feel like work. I'm like, and like even this week, I was like, I'm excited to record Friday because I do feel like we have such a good show for you all today.
I agree. And there's something about being able to like participate with people that are also listening so that it's a show that we're all invested in, and then you get time to like stew on a really good subject. Like you're not getting bogged down in content when we do this for work because there's no like algorithm of like post this many times a day and you're like, sorry, but like you lose the original content in there. Like this you actually get to put time and effort into so that you feel like each one is like good and fun and you put your all into it and you're proud of it.
I've been posting like a mad woman on my Instagram. No, my Instagram, I've turned it completely into like a channel.
Sketch.
Well, like not like literally I'm trying this thing where I'm like more content. And I think it's like not working in my favor because people are definitely like, all right, chill the fuck out, Nicole. But I'm like, I want to post once a day. And I've been trying. It's hard.
Yeah.
So that's why I like this podcast, to your point.
Yeah.
Once a week is all you need from us right now.
So you got a massage this morning?
This morning was great. So woke up early. Well,
have you been sleeping more? I noticed that you and Mike were in bed the other day, like
first of all, thank
9,
you so much.
And I was like, wow, I was really
We've been trying to make a conscious effort to get into bed earlier because both of us like went through phases where we were just getting into bed so late, not falling asleep till later, and it was wreaking havoc on everything in our lives. So we've been going to bed earlier, which is nice, but or at least like trying. Some nights we still slip. But so last night went to bed kind of late. We were trying to stay up and watch The Night Agent,
which is on here because we also started watching season 2 last night too.
Of The Night Agent?
Yes.
You have to start with season 1.
Why? I watched it.
You watched season 1?
Yeah. Niki, what do you think is like, you just think that I am just like so out of touch.
I sometimes treat you like it's your first day on
You
Earth.
treat me like I'm just stupid.
No. The way you said it, and you've never mentioned to me about watching season 1, and you know it's that's why I assumed
every week you have a new favorite show. Every God-given day you have a new favorite show.
Fair enough.
I didn't even know you watched season 1 of Night Agent.
If you follow me on my Instagram story, you would know.
I do, and I saw it last night, which I was like so funny. So I put it in the outline. I was like, because sometimes we sit here and we like really don't watch the same shows. So I'll be like, did you watch this? No. Did you watch that? No. But today I was like, we watched the same and whatever. So I put the question on here. I was like, do you prefer Night Agent or The Recruit?
Okay, so this is why I assumed you didn't watch Night Agent, because you said Recruit, and I thought we were going to like argue over what's better, and you were going to be like, I watched both. Recruit. I've never seen Recruit. I Googled it. You're lucky.
Got to.
Right before this, the one with Noah Centineo.
I like him.
But like I just can't even take it seriously.
I'm having a hard time with the acting in season 2 of The Night Agent.
The acting's
new girl,
very subpar.
Catherine, the new girl, I don't know if this is the role for her.
The FBI woman?
Yeah, like she's so monotonous.
Oh, I was going to say Brittany Snow. I can't take her seriously.
Yes.
Sorry, Britt.
I'm going to agree with that. Though. No, I'm also going to second that. It's both. There are like a few. I was like, interesting casting choice. Because I know Brittany Snow's a good actress. That's just not a role I would have put her in.
She's too, like, you can't put a little cute, blue-eyed, blonde, upbeat girl as like a night agent character. Like, you could.
The new FBI agent, I also feel like her way of acting is too upbeat for the character. So I was like, I don't think she's a bad actress. I just was like, scene 1, John and I are like,
We're only still on episode 1, so I'm going to have to look through that lens and see if I agree. So for those of you listening, definitely check out The Night Agent. we clearly love it. But so we were watching that last night and fell asleep to it. This morning, Mike did the most diabolical thing. And this is why, like, I decided this week that I hate men. It's not even that bad. But I'm also, that time of the month. I Googled the other day. I go, what does it mean if you hate your husband? And it was like either pregnant, and I was like, whoa. And then it was like, or just like violently about to get your period, which is always my case. And no one warns you.
I went to like the dark tunnel. I was like, Google's going to be like, oh, like, are you in divorce proceedings?
No, and I don't actually like hate Mike.
No, I know. I just thought that's what like the Google AI would say.
Yeah, Google AI would be like, see someone. No, but I was all excited about that because I was like, oh, pregnant. Nobody warns you about your period post IVF. No, it's insane. I feel like we've talked about this before, but everything is more intense. So just if anybody has to do,
that's how I feel.
The stimulation.
It is not tomato, totally different experiences. But I feel that no one told me that about my period after getting my IUD out either.
It's probably similar.
It was like the hormone jump was like bled for so long, bled for a day. Didn't for 2, bled for 3 days, didn't for 1, like for weeks and weeks.
No.
And just like cry. I mean,
sad.
The day that I went to get my IUD out, they have to do the pregnancy test, like just because whatever, they always do it. I was like 75% sure it was going to say yes because I knew it had already expired. So like the hormone situation had already started happening. And I was crying so many times a day.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, they're going to look at me and be like, sorry, you're pregnant.
I live my life. My symptoms of period are very similar to every single pregnancy. Like there was one time, like literally at some point last year.
Like eternal anxiety.
Yeah, well, not anxiety.
No,
hope.
but like like
this
hope.
Point,
yeah, sorry.
But it used to be
it's
anxiety.
the anxiety of like,
could
this mean I'm pregnant excitedly, but what if it doesn't?
Yeah, and it never is. But like at one point, I remember I was smelling everything so strongly, and Brooke was like, all right, that's like pregnancy symptom number 1. And I wasn't. But okay, how did we get to that?
Okay,
so Mike
you're
woke
mad
up.
at yeah.
So I was really mad at him. This just like put the icing on the cake. Woke up. My alarm was going off. We both kind of woke up at the same time. Mike's like, let's finish the episode. Puts on The Night Agent.
This morning?
This morning.
Oh, I could never.
And I was like, fuck. Like, it's on the TV in the bedroom. Now I have to watch it. So that started my morning back. He then, in the middle of the episode that he started, got us roped into at 7 a.m. on a Friday. He Then, like 10 minutes later, in the middle of the episode, gets out of bed and goes, I'm going to Rumble. Can you walk, Louie? I literally was like, I'm sorry, what kind of vortex are we in?
No, that's like crazy ADD that just happened, but like with zero verbal communication about it.
And he like, I don't know if anybody else's men out there like are selfish about working out. I feel like men just like
I do know
protect their gym schedule at all costs. And I swear to God.
Yeah, one of my best friends, she's like, yeah, he literally is like, I swear he goes into the office for the gym sometimes.
Yeah, they run away. It's like I'd almost at this point, I'd rather have you cheating on me with having an affair than going to the gym. And Mike's not even like a gym rat. He goes like a couple times a week, but actually he tries to go every day. But the moment we have a future newborn and that man tries to scurry off to the gym and leave me with the dog, the newborn, the cleaning,
It's the like, why isn't he putting his gym time on your shared calendar so you can see what time his class is?
Because he decides at the last minute if he wants to go to the class and signs up, and it's in our building, literally.
Oh, so it's
tell
easy
people where we live, but yeah, it's very easy to go. And I'm like, well, I would like to go too. Can we go? But then I didn't even have time
because you both go there.
It was a shady move. He wasn't trying to be, but in my eyes. And so like, I'm like, no, I can't walk Louie because I have my massage in the city that I've been looking forward to. Also, one thing I meant to ask, if I decided while I was getting this such heavenly massage at Spencer's in Soho, highly recommend, I decided if I ever won the lottery, you know how they say there would be signs? One of my signs would be, as we know, just like a car, a driver driving me around.
Oh, yes.
Other people would say like a yacht, a mansion, a whatever, a vacation home. Nope. Mine would be a driver and a massage therapist that lives with me.
Oh, nice.
I would just have a full massage therapist that like
that would be the sign,
does a massage every day,
like live-in massage therapist.
Like you would have a live-in acupuncturist.
Yeah, I would.
I would have a massage therapist. I just want to be rubbed down. And Mike, I would ask my husband, some might be wondering, that's what a husband's for. He's not very good at it.
Wait, this episode is so out of order, but it's just going the way it's going.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of the massage thing, I was going to say, when we talk about your date night from this week, that the mystery date night card game from the What Do You Meme people, like it's like mystery date, but it's actually mystery date night. And then it has all of these cards and they're scratch offs. So you pick a card and you scratch it off and it gives you a date idea. And there are 30 cards. So it's like, I was like, this is actually perfect for the like January date night idea for people that like also want to make a game out of it or like want help with like ideas. We scratched off our first one this morning and I was actually very pleasantly surprised about how it's organized. Like there's a set of pink cards if you want a daytime activity or green cards for a nighttime activity. And then at the top, it tells you like if it's an indoor activity, an at-home activity, or like going out, like being outside activity. So you can, this is before you scratch it off. So like, it's to guarantee that it's something that you could do. Like, if we scratched one off, this would go to the park tomorrow. Like, well, we can't do that. Yeah. It's like 12 degrees outside. So it filtered that. So we were able to be like, do we want to leave the house, or stay, or go outside? Not outside, obviously. And then also, the other two categories it tells you before you scratch off are like how much it's going to cost. So it has like the dollar signs, like 1 through 3. So you can like really choose if you want to do like an inexpensive date or like a pricier one. And then the third thing is it tells you how much the time commitment is. So
I'm
like
down to use this. I forgot I had it.
Right. And I was like, wow. Opening it, I just thought it was just pick a card, scratch it.
So which one did you guys do? Massage?
It literally was like sign up for a massage course so that you each learn techniques of how to massage each other. And they were like, it'll be sensual and bonding, but also it's an extremely useful skill. And they were like, if there aren't any in your area or you can't like find one, do a YouTube. It literally said other alternative, do a YouTube course on learning Swedish deep tissue, not massages, techniques so that you can use them on each other in the future.
I actually kind of love that.
I never would have thought of it.
My thing is like when Mike and I have tried massaging in the past, I do it. I'm amazing because I'm like, I do what I would think would feel good on me. And I get massages. He never gets them. But
that helps.
I'm like, just do what you think would feel good. You know, and then he'll just like press. Yeah. And I'm like, I'll just pay for someone else.
John like gets my bone and he like thinks it's a knot.
Oh, yeah. And I'm like, dig in there.
You're like, I don't know how hard your knots are, but if mine feels like a bone, it's
actually
a bone.
Just hurting me.
No, it's a bone.
Ugh, whatever. And like massage, like that could lead to like great sex, but no, not in this household.
Yeah,
not in these homes.
I honestly, the massage to sex pipeline is like so funny to me. I think boys think this is like very real. If I'm asking for a massage, like I'm in pain.
Yeah. No,
like, I'm not
like
comfortable.
It. I get like turned on while I'm getting a massage. Not in the creepy way. I'm not going to like bang my masseuse.
Oh. I just like my back hurts. Like I would be asking for one if I wasn't like, if my body didn't hurt.
Oh, no. I just need it for like, I get it. I tell them I want relaxation.
That's really good.
Yeah. I love it. So I had that. You had a little luncheon, breakfast.
I had a luncheon. You know, when we first started this podcast, I remember that I said something like, I discovered a lotion in the past year. Like I used to get like cold sweats.
Yeah, you had like a
and I would always
lotion.
Feel like I needed to like shower even if I just showered. And like, why was I like sweating and I felt gross? And I realized it's because my skin wasn't hydrated and I like needed lotion. Anyways, lotion discovery years later. I'm like getting the cold sweats all day. And I'm like, I've been lotioning all the time. And I'm like really uncomfortable because I just feel like this is a problem I solved for myself. Like later in life, actually. Like I think I missed the education of why people lotion. I figured it out so late in life. So now I'm like, why? I'm just very frustrated today. I was like bundled up and I had to put literally tissues in my armpits because I was like cold sweating.
I don't even know what a cold sweat is. Like, I don't think I've ever had that.
You're cold, but your armpits are sweating. And so then you're like, if your like sleeve gets like wet because you're
Maybe
sweating.
Maybe you're going
or it's,
through
like,
menopause.
Please. You're really on one today. Then I told you that my doctor that crashed out on me in December said that.
Oh, God. Like, we need a segment that's called, like, Caroline's Ailments.
She spent, like, 30 minutes crashing out about my weight. And then was like, also, like, probably, like, if you aren't getting your period before the IUD or during it, like, it's probably because you're going through menopause, which means that you likely won't be able to get pregnant.
Oh, yeah, you did say
and that's
that.
when I was like, I need to go home. I was like, this is a physical.
No.
I gotta leave.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's probably just your hormones.
I could not have told her more times. I have endometriosis and PCOS. I've had the surgery. I have not bled since the surgery. Like, I know I ovulate.
When people say have not bled, I think of, like, Handmaid's Tale.
Oh. Like, I have had occasional periods. Like, I'm like, I could not have told her more times that, like, it was okay.
I would never know, like, what it's like to not have a period. Like, we have 3 hosts of this podcast. It's me, you, and my period.
No.
Well, and sometimes my period subs out for your hormones and ailments. So, like, that's the 3rd host.
I still get I get it. Like, I just don't bleed. Like, I still go through all the points of the cycle, but there was just no... This is so, like, TMI. There's nothing to shed.
Yeah,
because
like,
the lining
if there
grows
are any
outside the uterus.
Oh.
So there's not...
So there's no blood.
Yeah, my doctor had to explain that to me when I was like 20 and I was freaking out about it. She was like, you're going through the cycles. There's just no blood to show for it.
That's wild.
But
mine is like, I can't be stopped. Remember on my birthday episode when we recorded my birthday, everybody was like, are you having a fun birthday? I was like, no, I'm simply trying to like not stain every pair of pants that I own. This was right after my 2nd cycle of IVF, of the stimulations. And I just was like, tampons are no match. I needed a diaper. I needed to wear a maxi pad in a mini skirt. It was really just, I was like, I can't. My sole goal of the day was not to enjoy, was not to have fun.
Not bleed through anything.
Just simply to not bleed through my entire life.
That was like, I felt like I'm just like welcomed back to the club now.
And men don't have to deal with any of that.
Before I knew I had endo, like, people didn't know, like, 12 years ago, like, what that was. They would just put me on all types of birth control, and I was so whacked up. But I would bleed. I would have 2 periods a month, and each of them would be 8 to 10 days. So there was only basically a week that I wasn't bleeding, and it was heavy the whole time. Heavy, heavy, heavy. Like, I'm like, how did you guys not think that there was like a problem?
There was something.
I bled through everything I ever bled through a bathing suit. Could not be more embarrassing.
Actually, somehow, no.
That one is once I haven't told anybody this because I live in fear that other people saw it and they didn't tell me. Once I left the beach for my friend's bachelorette party, it was like in our hometown. It was like the kind where you do it 3 days before the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
I was wearing a one piece and I didn't know that I was starting my period while I was at the beach. And then I got in the water.
Yeah,
so
it's
that
supposed
makes it
to go away
worse.
in the water.
Well, if the blood is already soaked through your bathing suit, it's just going to get...
Oh, okay. This was on a bachelorette?
Like, but not a trip. Like, this is, like, she just did the day or whatever.
Oh,
like,
okay.
Of the wedding week in Charleston. I get in the car, not thinking anything's going on. I get out of the car when I get home, and, like, I drop somebody off. Like, nobody said anything to me the whole time. I get out of the car.
On the car.
Seat red, towel red, legs red, bathing suit red.
Oh, my God.
I live in fear to this day. That was like
no one
8
ever
years
said
ago.
anything?
But is it that they didn't see it? Or that they saw it and they didn't say anything? Or that
If
it like
they're
never
good
spread
friends, they're
until I
gonna
sat
say
down in the car?
They definitely didn't see it because my friends would say, I would say something
Right,
to
like
any
they were
of my
close
friends.
enough.
Yeah.
I still think about that often.
God, I can't. Being a woman is impossible. Speaking of being a woman, can we talk about the TikTok about the dress debate real quick?
Yeah, we can.
Or the tux.
Yeah.
So long story short, I saw this TikTok, sent it to you this week, of this bride that was arguing with her fiance.
Mm-hmm.
It went very viral. And she was like, you're wearing a black tux for our wedding. And he was pushing back. And he was like, nope, I'm wearing a green. And out of nowhere, he's like, no, I don't want to do a black tux. I don't want to blend into everybody. Maybe I'll do a green tux. Like, kind of just like picked it out of nowhere. And I have thoughts on it because basically, like, okay, yes, her energy saying no to him was very like parenting your partner. Like, she wasn't giving great energy. She was kind of just like, nope, like she wasn't explaining why.
Yeah, I second that.
But everyone in the comments, women,
Trashed her.
Men, trashed her. Just
But
kind of
I
like,
found the good comments. I think we might be on the same page.
I posted.
because I saw your comment and then someone said something rude and you were like, clearly it was a joke.
This girl was like, I was like, no, make him wear the black tux. It's like one of my biggest regrets.
She was like, your biggest regret? Ew, I'm guessing you're divorced by now.
Yeah, she goes, I'm guessing you're divorced by now. I go,
You're like,
actually,
it's
happily
facetious.
married. Thank you.
It's
like,
facetious in relation to this video.
yeah. And I was just like, I'm being honest. My own wedding, Mike wore a gray suit. Don't get me wrong. Looked hot in it. He'll look hot in a potato sack. He looked very nice. It was a very nice gray suit. And does it keep me up at night? Do I dwell on this like no.
Yeah.
But do I look back at photos and I'm like, I should have held strong and just made him wear a black tux?
Yeah.
Yes. At the end of the day, like, he would have been fine in a black tux.
He would have been fine. Here's the thing. I screenshotted stuff that was like logical. I think her video lacked context.
Yeah.
And that's where maybe people are going to say stuff regardless. One of my pinned videos is about John's white tux. And in said pinned video, I say, like, I made him do a pitch deck because he wanted to do the white tux.
I remember this.
And there are a lot of comments in there that are like, it's so rude, whatever. And I'm like, you know what? Like, we don't relate.
Yeah.
That's fine. You think that, but we don't relate to each other. So, or you haven't haven't planned a wedding, because I screenshotted the comments that I was like, nail on the head.
Yes.
And this is a subliminal text that, like, she didn't say. The problem is a lot of men take a passive posture towards wedding planning and decide to change things up after very long and expensive decisions have already been made with no regard to how hard it is to, like, change something, or how hard it was to make the decision, or how long it took, or how much money it costed.
Right. It's only the stuff
context
that they can see,
like,
that they're like, no, you know what? I want to green tux.
Right. But honestly, people are like, just choose the color of the wedding around the tux. And my mind in this video, I was like, no, you know that because
change the wedding around the tux.
But no, not change it, like decide the colors. And I said, I just was like, there's no way that you guys can relate because in this situation, by the time a guy goes to pick out his tux, the wedding has basically been planned. Like the guy doesn't need the amount of the many of months that women need to get their dresses.
Yeah.
So like you are not talking about picking wedding colors at that point. You're talking about changing wedding colors. It's like if you wanted the green tux, all I'm saying is if you want to be a part of it, then be a part of it. That means you're putting in the long hours together to plan the wedding. You're in the meetings. You know the decisions being made and you're putting the forethought into it to be like, oh, I really thought about it that I want a green tux. So let's take that into consideration when we initially plan the wedding, not 2 months before.
Yeah. I mean, I just think like, and I get everybody's big point is like, it's what he's wearing on his body and it is his wedding too. I completely understand that. And you want him to be most confident in what he's wearing and happy on his big day, your big day together. And marriage is about compromise. Yes, while that is all true, my big thing is just like, it's not a crazy ask to ask a man to wear a black tux. It's not like she's like, put this tutu on and march down the aisle to me, babe.
And also I think she said like a dark green tux, whatever. We're just missing the context. Like, even this comment, where they want to plan the one thing, but where are you for the rest of it? It's like, I think the subliminal context in this video is that like, he's popping in, being like,
trying to change things.
Without regard for probably, I'm assuming like this is the context we're missing, with how hard it is to like plan a wedding and then being like, we'll just make it so that I can do this. Like, what's the big deal?
And
that's where I would feel like, low-key disrespected, like
like there probably were other arguments where he's just like popping in trying to like decide things.
So
but I was just gonna say, like, compromise wise, a lot of people were like, because then I posted a little discussion about it and people were like, you know, like if anybody out there is facing something similar or the same thing, because I feel like that is a common debate. Like the guy, you had it, I had it, we let them win. I regret it.
John looked fantastic. I just said, I got the advice of that literal comment before I started wedding planning. It was like, they're going to, like, if you have somebody that wants to be involved, which we say is like a very nice thing, it's like then they have to learn what being involved really means. And it doesn't mean coming in with ideas, expecting you to do all the work to change them to fit their needs because they didn't bother to pay attention that it was already done.
Then again, like I don't want them involved in like every little thing. Like
it was. That's why John was involved in pretty much everything.
No, Mike was too, for sure. Like,
but it was a conversation we literally had with our premarital therapist one time, and I wasn't
about
even
the tux.
No, it just involvement. I wasn't the one that had to say it. She said, I noticed that you're coming in with some opinions about like he wanted to change a bunch of stuff about the rehearsal dinner and stuff, and we did end up like changing it, but I got frustrated because I was like, you're acting like I'm not here to compromise with you. What I'm saying is, I wish you had shared this idea with me when it was time to look for vendors and get the quotes and book the venues and the pricing. Because now it's like that stuff, it's too late for some of these things. And I could have had it done if you had brought it earlier or like were invested and understood the time and process behind stuff. So it happened with one thing. Then we brought it up in our like premarital counseling because we just ran out of stuff to talk about. And, she was like, do you have an opinion because you want to show her you have an opinion, or do you have an opinion because you care? Because she cares about every last detail. So she's putting in the long hours for every detail. So if you care, then great, show up and care. Every time she sits down to do this, you sit down to do that. Like you show up and care. But like, if you want to have an opinion just to show her that you're allowed to have an opinion, it's like, then ask yourself, like, are you doing it out of like pride or...
Yeah. Well, and like I saw somebody say like, well, what you wouldn't like if he told you what to wear on the wedding, and it's like, yeah, no shit, but like the bride knows she's gonna wear chances are she's gonna wear a white dress, and like I just and a lot of people didn't like when I said, I was like, at the end of the fucking day, if the bride really is dead set on a black tux and the groom is like, no, fuck a black tux, sorry, come for me. It's a wedding's for the girlies. Like what? I just, like, yes, it's both of you. I get it. But like, at the end of the day, just fucking like, it's not like a crazy ask. Like a green tux can look nice too. Don't get me wrong if it works. But what if they already have?
Yeah, I'm just playing devil advocate because I'm thinking like, I just know how this works. Like the tux process doesn't start until much later in the wedding planning process. So it's almost like his groomsmen might already have what they're wearing.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I think the part we're missing. And
the men don't think about that either, like how it works with the groomsmen and the groom's parties.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to be involved, like, with what is it? With decisions comes responsibility or whatever.
Yeah.
You have to come. You have to come ready to eat the whole cake.
Yeah.
Because that's the joint planning. That's this is both of our events.
Mm-hmm.
And if you want to be the guy that just shows up, but you also want to be the guy that gets what he wants when he says he wants it, regardless of how it inconveniences other people, that's where I'm like, that's probably where her attitude was coming in. She just lacked context. But I think what she could have said, which this person said, that I think solves it. Like, if he wants a green tux, then I expect a pitch with a vision board of how it works with what we already have planned.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to...
Somebody said that?
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe...
I went through the comments because I was like, does anybody think what I think?
John did a pitch deck for the white.
Yeah, and then he actually, like, that's what got him addicted to Pinterest.
He really had to sit there and pitch you.
Okay, well, this is how this went down. John was like... You get to wear white. Why can't I wear white? And I was like, this is literally how this went down. And I was like, okay. And he was like, well, I was thinking I could wear a white tux. At this point,
I'd cry.
Like, we had to fast forward. There was nothing on the market that would work. And I knew because I looked at it. I spent a long time looking at it myself. And I was like, there's nothing. Like, so we did have to get it custom in the end. So I looked, his dad wore a white tux. When I see a white tux, what I thought of, I'm like,
prom.
Like the prom.
Okay, but here I am sitting be like, I would cry real quick. I'll let you get back to it because I do want to hear the rest. But then in my head, I just realized my literal husband said to me, gray suit with the vest, which like
the vest is crazy.
No, the vest is crazy, Caroline. I wish you were more in my life to tell me that, because now I know I've matured and learned the vest is insane.
No, the vest
Mike's own sister, love her to death. Mike's own sister Lauren was like, the vest is giving prom, and by then it was too late. I was like, fuck, you're right, the vest is prom. And you know why he wanted the vest?
Why?
Because he wanted to look like his favorite characters in Peaky Blinders.
See, this is where...
I said it's our wedding. It's not Halloween.
Yeah, but
and then I think he wore the suit for Halloween to be the Peaky Blinder. Like, and I literally was like, when is the line going to be drawn with these men? It is not a costume party. It's a wedding. Put on a black fucking tux and shut the fuck up. You can tell I resent. I'm like,
yeah, that
on my deathbed, I'm going to like be like, you didn't wear the black tux.
Yeah.
Like, and at the time it wasn't pissing me off, but like in retrospect, I let a vest happen.
I think that what is pissing girls off in the situation, and I get it, is that like this is a huge deal and a huge event, is like the lack of consideration that they're showing. Like,
yeah,
I just want that. Like, it's like, is this even important to you? Are you even considering how this works with anything else we've done, or like any other decision?
This is kind of why I'm like, weddings for the girlies. Like, we have the taste. We study the fashion on the regular, outside of wedding, during wedding. We have the eye and the taste. So it's just at some point.
I know a couple where it was I do know a couple where it was the other way around, and she literally.
Totally. That's sometimes.
But when she would
sometimes,
yeah, like when she would get involved with like the process or whatever, like she was what we would ask for, like. Yeah. And I think that's why I just don't feel bad, because she literally was like, anytime they were around anybody and they discussed it, she was like, he really does it all. Like, he works so hard. He's very diligent. He does so much work. I'm so thankful. And she was really attentive to every part of the process. So if she felt like she had a vision on something that she really felt strongly about, like wanted executed, she came in the early stages and like communicated that. Like, she didn't like take his time for granted.
Right.
That he spent like planning the wedding. And then she was in charge of certain stuff. And she put just as much thought into it. So I don't disagree with the pitch deck. Like, I didn't say, no, John, you can't have a white tux. I said, I'm having an extremely hard time understanding what this would look like. Like, do you just want it because your dad had it? Because that, it's like giving like the 80s and then it's giving prom. And I'm like, I can't see it. I can't find anything that's helping me see it.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, fine, I'll show you. So I made him a little Pinterest account. And then he did. He like gave me a like deck of like the type of like cropped tux pant that he would want. And he was like, this is how I envision it. So it's like, he was like, it's like kind of Tom 40. It's like you have like the more modern cut. And then, but it's also in this like ivory color with this type of, and then he literally, but he enjoys that stuff. So
yeah,
it also, that's context. He was like, this type of swoop lapel. Like, I like this and I think it would look cool.
See, both
immediately
Mike and
I was like,
would
that
never
is cool.
say like swoop lapel. Like, I would never, like, we would, this is where like I should have just been like wearing nice lapels.
That's why it's just context.
Like, my brother,
after that I was like, that's honestly, it's gonna look great. Yeah. And I'm really happy that you showed me what you were thinking about, so that like that helps me with the groomsmen outfits.
Yeah. Who
were inevitably like, you know, working on that together. It helps me with bridesmaid stuff. It helps me with flowers. It helps me with your boutonniere. Mm-hmm. And now I'm not going to be anxious about it.
I tell everybody the big compromise is like wear my brother's tux. It was just like a dark blue with black. He matched really well with all the groomsmen. Stood out though a little bit, like the groom watch.
I get wanting to stand out.
I do. But like, it's your wedding. You're going to stand out regardless. But I get that.
Agreed.
Or like some people DM'd me.
Agreed.
And I did want to get your thoughts on this because I don't know if this is the thing. But some people were like, another compromise is have them wear a black tux with like a different texture or like subtle pattern on it. Is that a thing?
For a winter wedding?
Like a velvet?
Linen tux. If you have, I personally, like if you're doing I do believe that the groom should stand out. Guys have a hard time getting comfortable with like color. Like, I think they think it's flat. I just was
not my husband, unfortunately.
But like a spring wedding, like, or somewhere coastal, I think like an ivory linen tux.
I love that.
Is so cool and pretty. Obviously, no one else is gonna wear that. Like pattern, I don't.
I'm talking about like your typical wedding where like a black tux makes sense.
Yeah,
like our wedding,
you're saying
a black tux would have made
different
sense.
like pattern thing.
Yeah, that's what some people were DMing me saying.
See, and I'd have to see it.
I just
like I have to see it. I don't.
The navy blue, it goes really well with, and if you squint, it looks like a black tux. So
listen, I totally believe, and I've talked about this multiple times, that there should be more diversity in like like groom's fashion.
Why don't you invent that?
I feel like it's needed. So I'm not harping on the guy for wanting a different look. Different. I'm just saying, if you really are a partnership, then you definitely need to be considerate of decisions and money spent and made and time, so that it's not like she doesn't work for you.
Yeah.
So if you want to do it together, then do it together.
Well, and that ladders into like the whole household with anything. I feel like that's women get mad when the men come in and try to like change plans and treat you like you work for them.
That's sometimes what I'm saying. Like, don't, and I think that's probably where she was frustrated. But I will say she could have handled it. Like, if it were me, I would have. I don't really believe in just being rude and not explaining why.
Yeah.
I'm happy to tell you why that's like annoying.
No, I mean, that's something like in anything in life. Just explaining your mindset will help any conflict.
Also, so that it doesn't happen again.
With adults.
I don't know. Anytime that I've had a situation where I'm like, are you freaking serious? I explain it, and then it's like, John's like giggling because like our brains just don't work the same way. He's like, damn, never even thought about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it's just like easier to make decisions together and communicate, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I do think people don't get it.
I just was
they
like,
didn't get it.
There needs to be more girlies in the audience, but whatever.
Yeah.
Should we do our voicemail?
Yes, we can. Okay, guys. So if you didn't listen to the end of last week's episode, we got this voicemail that is really an interesting situation. Mm-hmm. I'm going to venture to say that it's like it tops like worst nightmare Bachelorette Conundrum because it's in the friend zone and it's in the Bachelorette. Those are like our two most talked about topics. It combines them.
Yeah. Friends, girlfriends.
And the question at the end of this is to go or not to go. So I'm going to play you the speak pipe. And then we asked you guys your honestly, the more perspectives, the better. Mm-hmm. We wanted to see the mass perspective. So we asked you guys, and we're going to get right into that.
Hi, Caroline and Niki. I really need your help. Long story short, I was invited to go on a bachelorette of one of my good friends to Mexico next October. It's going to be about $2,500 a person, so please keep that in mind.
Damn.
The issue is a former friend of mine who is still friends with the bride. I'm not sure how the bride is still friends with her, will be on the trip. This girl and I have not spoken in over a year. To sum it up, she was also engaged. I helped plan her engagement. We will call her M. M went home to try on wedding dresses, and the day before she went and bought her wedding dress, she went out with friends and slept with her childhood best friend's boyfriend while her childhood best friend was asleep in the next room. Childhood best friend walks in and sees it. Well, fast forward. M's wedding is still on. She ends up having a 6-month affair with her boss, which I know about, so I tell her, like, I can't support this. I can't support your marriage. This is wrong. We stop being friends. The newest of news is that M is sleeping with the man that was supposed to be the best man in her wedding, whom is also married, so now they are getting a divorce. I can't be around this person. We don't get along. There's only 4 people going on this trip, and I think that the tension will ruin the trip, but the bride thinks we'll, like, drink tequila and make up when I think we're going to drink tequila and get into a fight in a foreign country. Am I really going to spend almost $3,000 to go on a trip with someone that I absolutely hate and morally cannot be around?
M has slept with 3 people.
Yeah.
All while she's engaged still.
All of them that are
like in ties.
For, like,
yeah. Like best friend's husband.
Or just inappropriate people.
Yeah, very.
Well, it's inappropriate. I forgot about the first part. M, genuinely, like, I am getting hives thinking about it.
Yeah, this girl's not a good gal. I'd watch out.
Like, I get
scared.
Like, I'm having, like, heart palpitations.
Yeah,
that's the type of thing that gives me more. Like, I can't even watch TV shows with, like, that much cheating because I just start, like, getting anxious.
M needs Jesus.
M needs Jesus.
M needs an exorcism.
Like, that is actually...
Yeah, and here's my thinking. First of all, before we get to, like, what should you do about going on this trip?
Yeah.
First of all, your thing with M, I'm on listeners' side. Like, I would not be able to be friends with M either.
Couldn't even look you in the eye, honestly.
I really couldn't. And especially after, like, the last part, too, when she was like, I just can't support this marriage. And so, like, that all makes
So now
such
M
sense.
is, like, mad at her.
At the same time, though, like, you can't... I think you wrote down, like, control. I don't want to steal what you were going to say, but I was thinking that, too. Like, you can't control this crazy girl. Like, you can, if you want to still, like, somehow be her friend, or, like, you can encourage her to, like, seek help. Obviously, leave her engagement because she ain't in on that one.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, but you can't control M's actions.
The thing with my control is, like, if you end up going on the trip, like, it can't be contingent on, like, her behaving because you can't control her. So it has to be contingent on you feeling comfortable with the stuff that you can control. And that's, like, enough to make you feel secure and, like, comfortable about your own boundaries going on the trip. And none of it's contingent on, like it'll be fine if she doesn't do this or as long as she does this. But if I feel the way I feel now listening to that, I just don't know if I could look her
on this
in the eye.
Well, I was thinking about it. I was like, it's not like it's just a one-day bridal shower. It's not like it's just a dinner. It's a trip with, and it's not even like it's a trip with 12 women on it where you can kind of avoid her. Like, if you really don't, you can stay in a room with other girls. You don't have to really interact with her.
Did it say how many people are in the
4.
trip? Oh,
it's a 4-person bride, listener, M, and one other girl.
So here's...
Which is insane. Like, I would just not be going then.
There are bachelorette trips in which friendships end. I heard of some myself. I feel like there are also a lot of people that, especially in the wedding planning process, you really don't want to rock the boat on certain friendships because it's just not something they want to deal with right now. Like, in that time, they're like, I'll deal with it after. Or you just have people that are less confrontational or like disassociative. Mm-hmm. And so they think it's easier to like, it's like the devil you know. Like, it's easier to just have that friendship. Don't get into the drama of breaking off the friendship, but like keep your distance from them or like know your boundaries. And then that way you feel cool because you never have to confront them. This girl is definitely more of like justice personality. Like,
who, the listener?
The listener. Like, I'm like that too, where I'm like, I have a really hard time like continuing to associate with you at all. Like, I can't really plead the fifth or like protect my peace by not rocking the boat because that doesn't protect my peace at all. It's like,
I'm very like, here's the thing. Like, at the beginning of the email, she was like, "Why? I don't understand why the bride is still friends with her." And I agree with that. Like, at this point, if she really has done all these things, if M has done all these things that listener is saying she did, I don't know why the fuck the bride's like friends with her either. This bitch kind of needs to like make amends with everybody. But like, I have had friends that have done like questionable shit, and I'm never like, if it's not mean to me or mean to anybody I love or mean to anyone, if it's like they're just making weird decisions, I don't like write them off because justice. I encourage them to do the right thing.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no one's perfect. So that might be kind of what the bride is doing with M. The bride is probably like, okay, M is still one of my good friends, but she's cheated on like fucking everybody in our lives. But so like, I don't know why. That's why she's there. But you're saying like,
yeah.
I mean, what M's done is really bad. So I, in this case, would be
it's how you. It's
seeker.
Like, okay, and so then but maybe the listener is like, in the I like what you said about how like, unless they've hurt like you or like someone you know. But in this case, it's like there's also probably the position of like, are you continuing to put me in a position that I don't believe in being in or that I don't want to be in or that is like mean to me as a friend? Like, continue to put me in a position of like, I know about this affair and I know that you slept with this person. I know that you did
like
this.
His
and it's
listener
like
walking around having to like lie for this bitch.
For this girl. And like, that's where I like draw the line. Cause then it's like, you can, the phrase like you are who you hang out with is like, you can be argued until you get to that point though, where you're like, now you really are who you hang out with because your friend is asking you to like lie for them or you're having to like deal with this crap and how it fits into her life and who knows and who doesn't know. And you're a part of it. And like, they're asking you to be and like with no remorse, like they don't feel bad. I think that's where you develop like the major anger towards being around them.
Yeah.
But it's not that girl's bachelorette party. It's her friends.
I know. But the number 4 of it all, 4 people, that's like you're in the same room. You're like the person who wrote in, listener, I think has every right in this situation to go to the bride and just be like, listen, I love you so much. I want to be there for you. I want to be supporting you in your wedding. I just can't go on a trip to Mexico with M because of what she's done to so many people and we don't vibe anymore. And I think the bride has to like
understand that.
I
agree.
Take her
if it were me, I know I would end up going.
You would?
I would because I know myself and I would never be able to have the awkwardness of the situation I might be in or this girl's bad behavior take away from my friend getting to celebrate with her actual good friends.
I get that.
And so I would figure out what I needed to.
I want to talk to the bride and get where her head's at, because like, is the vibe even going to be fun at this point?
Well, I sort of have this like idea or feeling about it, which is contrary to what I said about how you can't control other people, but like that perhaps it would turn out and like, what if the girl ends up not going? Because clearly she's a bad friend. M. But you didn't go. You know what I mean? Like, what if she ends up not going? Because it sounds like that's the type of thing she would do. What if she goes and like, I did write this down. I was like, this could be like a trip that allows her true colors to shine with the other people that are on the trip. So it's like, you might not be someone who's like the only person that's like holding on to this anguish and like frustration. It's like you guys could all go on the trip, and think about the fact that if she behaves like inappropriately, this girl who loves her fiance, who is going on a bachelorette trip to celebrate her marriage, isn't going to get dragged into any morally questionable behavior on account of this girl.
Yeah, like if
so it's like
wild and on the trip, you're saying the other friends will finally see.
It's not. I just view it as, I'm like, if you think that the girl whose bachelorette party it is a good friend and is a good person, and the other person going is, it's never going to be like you against M. It's going to be either M behaves herself and keeps her distance, and you're able to like work on your ability. Like, I also wrote this down, like, this is actually a time to like practice disassociation, because I like have this motto where I'm like, if it doesn't kill them, like, it can't kill you. Like, you can't physically suffer more for other people's behavior than they suffer.
I'm just wondering, like, truly the interaction between the listener and M, like, is it truly like they can't be in the same room, they just haven't spoken in so long, like, or is it where listener writing in can just put her feelings, her disdain for M aside for just the trip, and act like, not like she likes her, just act fine with her.
Channel it. I think like it's channeling it to a different thing. Like, instead of like living in a place of like moral disdain for her, it's like you understand that like you're almost like giggling at it, at like how outrageous it is.
Yeah.
Like, it almost has to get to that point where like it's actually funny how crazy this is. Like, the way you behave is actually comical at this point. Like, it's so crazy that you think it's that it's comical, and I'm sitting here observing it as like a watcher and like a are you kidding type of like, but it's comical, instead of like I'm stewing with moral disdain and I'm going to start a fight.
I think if she's able to do that, then great. Go on the trip and just like try to enjoy it, try to support your bride friend, and then you don't have to ever really talk to M ever again after. But if I just need more context. Like, if they're really like not able to fucking be in the same room, and she's not able to, the two of them are not able to not fight.
Once she finds out this girl's going, then M won't go.
Yeah,
if it's really like, if M feels like she can't be in the room with that girl either without.
I'm saying for the listener, like, it's still like you've got to have some of your own boundaries and protect your peace. And $2,500 is a lot.
That's true.
To begin with.
The price is high.
So like, you could, again, this goes back to like, you can say no to a bachelorette party for any reason. If the price is too high, if I was having a bachelorette party that cost each person $2,500 and one of my friends came to me and said, sorry, just can't go, price is too high for me, I'd say that's totally
absolutely fine.
Or if, like, literally, if any of my friends, I'm putting myself in the bride's shoes, if any of my friends had come to me and said, Nick, I love you so much, I am gonna do my darndest to celebrate you, I'm taking you to a nice dinner, whatever, but I really fucking hate Madeline, sorry Madeline, just popped into my head, I cannot, like, I can't pay on a trip to go with her in the same house. I would have been like, listen, like, that sucks. I wish we could all just put aside our differences. That said, I had 14 people on my bachelorette, so I would have also been like, I'll put you on the opposite end of the house.
Yeah, be fine.
But especially if it were only 4, I would literally, as a bride, I would say,
I get it.
I totally get it. And if the bride really likes you more, she'd go, you know, I totally get it. M has done some crazy shit. Let me uninvite M and you're coming instead.
That's true. That's what comes like to my mind, where I'm like, at the end of the day, like, if you as a listener, like if you really are like actually on the fence about this, it probably means like you do want to, like you like want to go foundationally, but like because of circumstances, it's making you not like want to go. It's like, don't let this girl rob you of a good time or once in a lifetime experience with your friend.
Yeah.
Because she sucks. Because that's something that might eat you up.
If she really does want to go, maybe talk to the bride and be like, can she not? Can we
like,
just go?
How are you going to let this girl who has ruined so many people's lives also rob you of the only chance you'll ever get to have, like, of perhaps this girl's your best friend, of going on a bachelorette trip with your best friend? Like, how do you get to win in that way? And like, who are you to take that away from me?
It's not even like she's just cheated and listener is not okay with that, because like people cheat. I'm not justifying that at all, but like that does happen. And like, but this M has wronged friends. Like maybe they're mutual friends with listener. Like,
no,
she's cheated with like bad friend. Quite literally all the worst
best
people.
Friend's boyfriend. Yeah, like and the best, like it's bad.
Yeah.
So I just am like, if you really are on the fence, my logic would be, you know what? There's no way you're robbing me of this trip. Like, not you. Like,
I see what you're saying.
Because I don't want to miss out on this opportunity with my friend. I don't want to miss out on this trip. I don't want to miss out on a good time. And God forbid we get to the wedding. And it sounds like maybe they all are in the wedding because it's only 4 people. God forbid we get to the wedding and it's like everyone's talking about how fun this trip was and I didn't go because I let you and your crazy antics win over me getting to like have these memories with my friend.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
If you're on the fence, if you really don't want to go and you're looking for validation that it's okay, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if she really wants to go. I couldn't tell.
I couldn't either. This is what people said though.
I just think she didn't.
I kind of got the idea that, like, she felt like there was no way. She was, like, surprised M got invited.
Yeah.
Like, she probably was excited for the trip and then was like, wait, are you kidding?
The other friends have to say, too. And why is the bride have this allegiance to M? What does M got on the bride?
Why does the bride have the allegiance to M? I would bet money, because all this stuff about M is public now to, like, the friend group, that either these are like the other 2 girls are like the fiance's sisters or cousins or whatever. And so like they aren't familiar and they're about to F around and find out and be like, oh, are you kidding? And or like they also have similar opinions. And so you'll at least be in camaraderie with people. Like it's not like I don't envision her being the black sheep.
M also, the last one. So it was the best friend's husband, boyfriend, whatever.
Boyfriend. While she was wedding dress shopping, so while she was engaged.
It was the boss, which at first I said hot, but then I was like, no, it's not hot because you're cheating on your fiancé.
And I bet she never told the husband that she cheated on him the day she bought her wedding dress.
Yeah, and that's what I was like, does this fiancé like know?
Couldn't.
So then it was the boss for 6 months.
Well, I guess the girl caught them. I don't know.
Somebody caught, and then it was the best man of the wedding who was married, and now that marriage is ending, which is horrible. So
I couldn't understand whose divorce it was. Is it the best man's divorce, or is it
the best man,
or is it M's divorce, or is it both?
I think it was the best man.
Okay. So you've caused a divorce.
Is engaged.
You caused breakup, divorce.
Yeah, and the boss is probably married with children. So,
I mean, this is where we would like use a term that I feel like isn't nice to use, but it's like the literal definition of it.
Oh.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, what did
she
people
is,
say?
Though. Okay. A lot of people were like, it's best if the caller doesn't go, and I wouldn't put myself through that. One option, I would have a serious chat with the girl beforehand. I didn't know how I felt about that. You could...
With M?
Yeah, like, if you're extending like an olive branch in a way of like, hey, hope this can go off smoothly so that our friend X can feel celebrated without additional drama.
I mean,
maybe I wouldn't have that in me.
I wouldn't give this bitch any unnecessary energy, but I would
Yeah.
I get that. Like, if you do, I personally would just probably send a quick text and be like, listen, we're both getting on a plane to Mexico. The goal here is to celebrate bride and keep the bullshit aside, period. Like, don't try anything crazy.
I agree. Someone said, long story short, and I'm like, no. Long story long. Like, I want to know the whole story. Like, if there's a long story short in the beginning, I'm like, we're such context girls. I'm like, wait, what's the long part? She said, don't go. Life's too short to be around people you hate. But then I was like, do you know? Because we've gotten people that emailed in that know the caller or emailer and then are like, then give their context or 2 cents. Mm-hmm. And it's always been in support of the person emailing and or calling. But like, I was like, do you know them? Why waste the money? I think the most logical one was like, if you aren't a bridesmaid, I think you can kindly decline to go. And then the other one was like, if the bride is a good friend, I think that you should go to support her. And if not, just don't waste the money. And that's probably the best way to look at it. How much do you value the friendship of the bride? And how much do you value and how much are you looking forward to this experience with the bride?
Bottom line in this situation, I feel like it's like, listener, do what you want because you have a good reason. You can find a good justification for both of them.
And the one that would take the most disassociation and boundaries was go on the trip for your friend and ignore the M. We're not feeding into energy vampires in 2025. And that's along the lines of like, don't let her rob you of a good time.
It's just so tough because this trip is 4 people. Again, if it's
such
8,
a good point.
Even more. Like
the 4 is
that's a small, intimate trip. Also, why would you even want to go to Mexico with just 4? I mean, just kidding.
There have to be contingencies. Like, you have to know that she's not going to put you in the same room.
Yeah, but like, still.
Well, regardless, we're really sorry that you're going through that. We're bringing back quickly at the end of this episode, we're bringing back Lover War for a quick little anecdote that I found on social media.
Woo! Not
Lover War, Ick of the Week. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Ick of the Week. I know we stopped doing it because people were like, rude. It's fine. Anyways, I saw this TikTok and I was like, this is literally why Ick of the Week exists. This girl was like, do you want to know why I hate my husband this week? She was like, did you watch the video I sent it to?
Yeah. He dropped something in the toilet and it backed up their whole...
He peed, then dropped a small can of aftershave in the toilet, then didn't want to stick his hand in the pee, so he tried to flush the toilet for clean water first to grab the can, but the can was smaller than the pipe, so the can got flushed, lodged in the pipe.
That's diabolical. He flushed a can of shaving cream.
Ruined the toilet. They only have one toilet in their apartment. They're toiletless for literally, she said, like 3 days. Nowhere to toilet.
Yeah.
Nowhere to pee, anything. They have to get a totally new toilet. And then the icing on the cake was he told her that he would make her dinner.
Yeah, to make up for all of it.
And said, I'm making eggs.
That was such a funny video. It's just like a man in a nutshell.
It was literally, this is not violent. Like, we're not out to get
he's
you.
Being like lazy and stupid.
It's literally brain wiring. Like making like stupid.
But it was like, at that point, it's like comical. Like, like literally
you couldn't make
running water for 3 days.
And eggs for dinner.
Yeah. He's like, babe, don't worry. Don't make it up. This is why, like, I was like, if you don't live with a man yet and you don't, maybe rethink it before you move in with a man.
Or just like, don't tell us we're mean until you do it. Because some stuff is just like, it's a joke. Some stuff is just meant to be funny.
Yeah. It was
funny.
It's funny. Well, and then I had a thought. I was like, fuck, this is how you know you're sometimes a man. I was like, if one of Mike or I were to do that, what the guy did, it would, unfortunately, I think it would be me. Like, I would fuck up. Like, one time I left our gas on our stove. And we got home, and thank God this was before we had Louis. This was forever ago. We got home from like a whole like day or a weekend trip. Like we could have burnt down the building.
Yeah.
We walked in. Mike had to call like the gas authority of Hoboken. I don't even know, like the fire department or something, because gas was just like our whole apartment smelled of gas. This was in like 2017. I was going through a lot. Okay, my mom had died that year, but like I don't know. Like I would do something stupid.
Yeah,
like that.
I do stupid stuff like that all the time. But that's why they can have icks of the week too.
Yeah, we
like
all of
that
this.
is just funny. Like last night, John was trying to reheat our soup, but I didn't like freeze it in the soup cube, so it was like liquidy. He tries to like splash, like he tries to like pour out the rest of the broth, and it splashes all up on his shirt and the wall. And he's like looking at me like doe-eyed, and I'm like, oh my God. So I'm trying to help him clean it up, and he decides that it's worth it to try it again. So he tries it again, and it splashes all over all of our pots and like the coffee machine. And I'm looking at him, and I'm like, what are you doing? And he like looks at me again. So I get a new paper towel. And then he decides he'll try it a third time and splashes it all over the walls. And
I'm like, love splashing.
I'm like, so when are you going to, I said, there's no more broth to left out to drain. You've splashed it all over the kitchen. How many more times are you going to keep trying?
Eraser to the walls, and they don't do it.
He's like looking at me like, hell, like, uh-oh.
Yeah, no. Men in the kitchen are Tasmanian devils. I swear to God. Like, and Mike really,
John's a great cook, still a Tasmanian devil. Every cabinet open, doesn't know how to shut a cabinet. Like,
yeah. Anyways.
Except for that one time I did spill all the salt and I left it there for him to clean up later.
Yeah,
and he left it because he thought it was an art project.
And that's you guys in a nutshell. Okay, we love you guys.
We love you so much. We'll see you next week, and we hope you have a good week. Bye.
Bye.